Well, welcome to my world. Come on in. Come on in. I just woke up. I have totally crashed. I have to say this is very unusual, but I feel rested. Thank goodness. Well, come on in. Yesterday was Friday's Heart and Soul, and I need to catch you up. Hello, my name is Colleen Frost, and I am in development, obviously. I was going to be in Studio F, however, I am having difficulty sitting down. Have you ever just been totally exhausted? Well, that was me yesterday. My son is sleeping in our dining room where I sleep, and I was sleeping on the couch. I thought I'll just lay down on the couch, and that's like where I used to sleep for 4 years. And it's just like I fell asleep and crashed like the olden days. And my dad got up and was sitting right beside the chair there, and I never even heard him. So I know I was exhausted, and he let me sleep. Anyway, I'm up now, and I finished my script the best I could. And I want you to just sit with me a while. The internet's a busy place, and let this be our traveler's rest for just a while. Parenting. I will say that this Gandhi wrote a quote that says, "What you do says what is the most important to you. Action expresses priorities." And with parenting, it is what is the most important to me. It has been my priority. Listening to a child grow to 21, well, it's exhausting. And I did crash. And he came home after 6 months of being gone. And I think it has just absolutely made this whole year worth it. So welcome to my world. Come on in. Today I'm your coach, your head coach, and I'm on a mission while in remission. Celebrating history and creating more. This is going to be something good, I promise. And might I add that yesterday was also bowling. And Bryce and Zach, my friends, were of course there. And my son got to meet them. And so I've talked about them many times with my son. And we got in the car after bowling, and my back was a little bad. And Adam just knew. He knew that I was in danger zone. And he says, Mom, he says, they are fantastic. He said, I so get why you're friends with them. He said, I just think it's great that you found them. And they're like 20 years old, and they're just really fun and kind. And you can just tell that they were raised on the 3 A's. So yes, we bowled. Yes, we had fun. Yes, they were packed. And anyway, so bowling went fantastic. And I just love it. And I love that my son got to meet them. Anyway, so that's my bowling update. I am never going to stop bowling, and I will go there if I have to crawl there. But let's go back. Let's start from the beginning. As you know, and have been following, I have not seen my son for 6 months. And when my good friend John dropped him off, he went and picked him up in Minneapolis. He came through the door, and of course, I just melted. He was able to see the garden and the garage I've been building for our little private party for just him and I and my immediate, my dad, and I guess it's just for me. I'm putting together this 1-year anniversary of my mother's mourning in this garden, and it's just been wonderful. I had candles out for the 12 months of each month we made in our year of mourning. And when Adam walked in and he saw this, he saw all of our artwork from David Rickert, my most favorite person for artists. It's another video. And Adam just loved it. So that was you can always tell when you overdo something, which of course I always have. I've always overdone everything. It's just who I am. Well, anyway, then we were off to the sun porch with Grandpa, me, and him. And it was just like the olden days, ebbing and flowing through all the things we needed to share. As he listens to Grandpa with bended ear, He affirms what he says, and he gives such attention to our details and his affection to our stories. Well, it is exactly what Dad and I needed. And off we were then, ready to hear his thoughts. He always starts this way. He gets right into us first. Then we are glued to his words. And I just remember this from all of our years together, teaching him these 3 A's. You know, Adam was born on Gandhi's birthday and is also, I think the reason why we named everything the Peace House, all his little pictures when he was little was the peace sign. And it was one of the very first words I taught him. And Gandhi said, to live as if you were to die tomorrow, learn as if you were to live forever. So we just follow Gandhi and his quotes and how he walked in life. And he was one of my favorite people to teach Adam one of my first words, which was peace. And I think that Adam and I have learned how to live this way. I was given that year to live notice, and I was so thankful that I had Gandhi as a guide on how to proceed forward. 6 months is the longest that Adam and I had ever been apart in our whole lives. And we have not had one-on-one time like this in probably over 3 years. Every time he comes home, he brings his magical, wonderful girlfriend. And he was texting her a couple times throughout our breaks. And she is absolutely the joy of my life too. I can't wait for me to talk more about her. And so it is fun to see that love. Anyway, yesterday when he got to some of the things he wanted to talk about, he came to his new dream. 40 acres and a modern home on a hill with some gardens and words and animals and tractors and systems that blew my mind. And I just couldn't believe my ears and my luck, because I have a new person. I have been a friend with her from a distance, as she is a person in Perm that has had a business, but also just somebody that I can say, because she had a baby grand piano in her store. And anyway, I just knew that she was unique. And I would randomly discuss art with her. She was an artist when she was building her home. And my mother, of course, loved home plans. And throughout her just endless hours of planning this home, such interesting facts and details, I just said, I'm going to text her and see if I could bring Adam out to see her home, because she's invited me a number of times. But I don't know if you know, but on these phones, they have a thing called, it's like a GPS thing, and it talks to you. Anyway, our country roads out here, they all have long numbers and stuff now, and I don't leave town, as you all know. And the only way I was ever going to go see her without telling her I'm not the best with directions is if I had a person with me in the car. Anyway, when you have somebody that you like so much, you just don't want to blow these little details. Anyway, Adam was my person, and he came with me, and she invited us both because she knows him. She knows him like for the last 10 years. Anyway, off we went. And I just want to tell you that it's just to go from him hearing about this exact place that she's living in that I have not seen, that I've heard about for 2 years, and off we go. I found the right-hand turns, the left-hand turns. I was listening to this here. I don't know why I have this phone on. There we go. I have it on because it's just good to have it on when your when you're away from your dad, like I've been the last week. Oofda. Anyway, well, I text her, we lined it up, and after bowling with my friends, off we went, being able to share Adam with a friend who I spent endless hours with. Talking about him was so wonderful. Anyway, when I met her, when he met her, he just naturally gives her the 3 A's. He doesn't even try hard. Well, she did have 2 greyhounds. Now, I have never seen a greyhound dog up close, just in like movie star magazines. And these dogs were like the most adorable, beautiful dogs. Adam just melts when he sees anything alive or little like this, and they just bounce, bounce, bounce right to him. But he also just sees little things like in her dream when he's walking through her world, he can just notice little things like door handles and door pulls and wood grains. And before I knew it, I'm sitting back just listening to those two. And then he looks over and asks me a question and draws me into the triangle. It's just wonderful. And I point out her vintage dishes. We take a few pictures and we are able to wrap all this up in 45 minutes. It's just so awesome. And he cuddled the greyhounds goodbye. And you know what the best part is, that now for the rest of my son being wherever he's going to be the next few years, him and I will have her property, these magical little cubby holes dancing in our head. So we'll have this beautiful, beautiful things dancing in our head. Then we made it home, and Carmen was there and Alan had been there earlier, and she made our favorite hot dishes, and we spent the evening visiting with her. You know, I don't leave the house much, well, hardly ever. This week I left the house getting ready for my son and his 3 A's, like I was getting ready for Gandhi. Adam is who brings peace to my world. He has taught me more about who I am than anything or anyone in my life. When he is beside me, well, I am the best me. He is my history and now, and my now. And he is the brightest light that when I see him glow, I can see tomorrow in his eyes, his smile, and his voice. He is my favorite word. He is my feather, my hope. My hope that when I hear his voice today, and I can count on those 3 A's, well, oh my gosh, I just wonder how much better I will be today. So thank you all for being here with me. And I hope that you find all these days a wonderful journey with me. And thank you for letting me crash. It was fun. It was like being hit by a Greyhound bus, but I just got hit by the love of 2 Greyhound dogs, and they were magical. On 40 acres with the modern home with a touch of vintage, which is exactly who I think I am. I found what I love. Anyway, find your rocks, grab your ball, and build a team. Look for a feather. Hope is all around. So jump, bounce, and fly with me 7 days on purpose. I teach it, preach it, and repeat it with the balance. Like, share, and remember, Fridays are for those who dare. Be avant-garde, be rare, and remember me. Sincerely, Coach Colleen.